guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're watching on my IGTV. Today I'm talking about the new moon in Scorpio, and this one is a little bit heavy. This one is a little bit deep. The message that kept coming to me was about death, and I'm gonna break it into two parts: physical death, and we're gonna talk about the death of our personalities, the death of our old self. So let's first talk about physical death. We as human beings don't know exactly what happens when people die. We can believe what it is that we want to believe, whether it's religion, whether it's spirituality, whether it is our own ideals about what happens. But we know that the impact it has on us can be detrimental. The one thing that I want people to remember when they're dealing with these physical deaths is the way you react is the way you react. If you're emotional about this death, if you're upset about this death, if you want to talk to people about it, that's okay. If you don't want to talk to people about it, that's also okay. One of my bestest friends passed away 7 years ago, and I remember during that time that I didn't want anybody around me. The thing is, in my culture, when somebody dies and people just come around you, right? That's the complete opposite of what I wanted. Now, my sister, being the person that she is, she thought it was a good idea to bring all my cousins round and kind of just like be around me. That was the last thing I wanted to do, but I didn't have the heart to tell her because I knew she was just doing what we grew up around. If you want to be alone, just to soak it in, just to take it in, you better tell somebody that you don't want to be around them. If you want people around you, that's fine. But let people know, because this ultimately, you're dealing with the emotion. And the next thing about this physical death that we have to remember is to not put our emotions into physical things like overeating, overworking out, taking drugs, taking alcohol, doing something where we're putting our emotion into these physical things. When an emotion comes to you, greet it, meet it, accept it, even if it's something that you don't like, because then you can gnaw at it, then you can get to the core, and then you're like, oh my days, this is what it was. Now, how do you get to that stage? The first thing you do is, when the emotion comes, why am I feeling sad? Because my friend died. Okay, why does that make me sad? Because my friend was the person who understood me. Why was it important that this friend understood you? Because I felt like nobody understood me. And then you keep going and you're peeling at the layers. When you get to the core, you then know the next steps on, like, all right, now I know the exposure, the core of this. I can look into the direction of how to heal this situation. But guys, I do have a video called 7 Steps to Healing. If you guys want that, if you're on my IGTV, let me know. I can give you a link. If not, I'm gonna link it up here for those who actually want to see it. Now let's move on to the death of self, to the death of old and bad habits. When you leave a bad habit, when you died, and when you realize you're no longer this person, the thing is, some of those remnants outside of that, like friends and family, can still be around you, and you feel like you can't escape these people. I'm here to tell you, even if your family members are toxic, you kind of need to stay away from them. Tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. And I'm going to be the first person to testify for that, because when I was younger and I was going through depression, I allowed people to literally physically harm me, right? Verbally abused. And I would take that and I would allow these people to do things to me, and I don't even recognize that Tisha anymore. The Tisha I am today at 27 years old, looking back at that, was like, why did I allow that to happen? I didn't know my worth back then. And I've let those old habits die of people taking advantage of me. Whenever I meet somebody new and I don't like their vibe and I don't like the way they reminded me of certain people, they're not getting my number, we're not hanging out, we're not doing any of those stuff, I'm no longer allowing myself to be somebody's punching bag. Like, I'm not doing any of that, because my habits of doing that for other people have died. People will cross the line with you, but if your old self has truly died, you will not allow yourself to go through that again. And during this time in Scorpio, it's time to like come up with a new motto for yourself, okay? I am no longer the person I used to be. That person has died, and no one's gonna take that mockery of me. And also, if you're dealing with a personal death, make sure that you understand the way you want to grieve, and also that you're not manifesting your negative emotions into these physical things that we keep doing, which is not serving us. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, a thumbs up, all that good stuff. If you guys are watching on my IGTV, it would be helpful if you guys shared, and I'll see you guys in the next one.